And I guarantee he's not going to be meeting with Khan every Wednesday or Tuesday evening.
No, I don't think Khan would micromanage this guy.
No,
I really don't.
No.
But Khan's over in London most of the time anyway, I think.
Well,
maybe it's a Zoom call once a month or something, but I don't think he's going to be hands-on like that. I really don't. I hope not anyway, for Doug's sake.
Right.
Maybe that was part of the interview, the second interview. Now listen here, Shad. I'm not going to be dealing with a Tuesday morning micromanage meeting, okay?
Right.
Yeah.
I mean,
And yes, I said Football Friday, even though all we have this weekend is the Reese's Peanut Butter Cup Bowl and the Pro Bowl.
Love them both, man. Love them both.
Still football. So, but we got a lot of football to talk about, and that's also why it's a Football Friday, because Dougie P has landed in Jacksonville, which I think is not far from where he resides in one of his houses and plays golf. And now he's the head coach of the Jacksonville Jaguars. And congratulations to him. And, here we thought about a week or so ago that he wasn't getting any love after that first interview that he got, which was like 5 weeks ago, I want to say, with Jacksonville, because they got started early because they kicked Urban Meyer to the curb early. And then where there was all this period where they were looking at everybody under the sun. And I'm thinking, man, maybe Doug doesn't get a job. And then all of a sudden, in the last couple of days, it picked up again. He interviewed a second time, and boom, there he is.
How much sense does that make? Yeah, how much sense does that make?
Yeah, I mean, really, we were talking about it before the show, and you, me, and Xander, and it's like this is kind of one of those hires where Jacksonville might have just gotten it right because they were trying very hard for a long time, to sort of maybe get a little too cute. Bringing in guys that didn't have a head coaching experience or they had coaching experience in college, and it just didn't fit. And maybe this is the one where you get a guy who's been at this. He's played in the league, he's coached in the league, he's won a Super Bowl in the league, and taken the team to playoffs after that, and unceremoniously got handed his walking papers. And now he's taken a year off, sort of reevaluated. And I'm interested to see what kind of staff he puts together, because that was maybe the rub here in Philadelphia that, he after Reich and DiFilippo and a couple other guys got plucked off, he wasn't able to replenish it the right way. So I'm really curious to see what he does here. Maybe DiFilippo goes back down there and joins him. Who knows? But I'm excited for him. I'm going to be, it's another team that I can kind of look at, and, I like Doug, so I'm going to kind of, hope he succeeds. And I think he might come in here next year in the fall with his Jaguars and Trevor Lawrence and kick the Eagles' ass.
Come on, man. Come on, man. But hey, man, you're absolutely right, man. He has a pedigree now. He's a Super Bowl winning coach,
right? Which
leads to more credibility. Khan had to bring in somebody with some credibility. Myers came in with a blemish on his record.
Right.
He came in and tried to win the players, and he never did.
Mm-hmm.
At least Doug has some credibility behind him.
Right.
He's not only won a Super Bowl as a player, but he won one as a coach. He coached them. So he's a legitimate guy. He played in the league for a long time, quarterback in a long time in the league.
Yeah.
Those players see those type of things. They see those kind of accolades. And I'm telling you the truth, man, they're gonna rally behind him. They didn't have the worst roster in the world, just so you know.
Mm-hmm.
They have a really good quarterback, really good offensive line. They just needed, a way of taking and bringing those things together, bring everything as a total unit together. Urban Meyer, it was there was nothing as far as cohesiveness on that team, period. You see how they rallied around Bevel at the end of the year, beating the Colts and kicking them out the playoffs.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, yeah, they have a squad. It's just, they need to be brought together.
Well,
that's a great pick by them.
That's the other thing, too, is if Carson stays in the division with the Colts, he's going to be going up against Doug twice. Well, at least we'll get Reich against Doug. We do know that for 2 times a year. And then you got him coming in here.
You still saying he might not be there?
Well, I don't know. I mean, he's the second favorite to go to Tampa Bay, according to an offshore book. I don't know what anybody does with some of these quarterbacks this year. I think there's going to be a lot of flux, a lot of chaos is what I'm rooting for.
Yes.
And yes, I will be interviewing with Doug for a position on his staff when I'm down in Ponte Vedra in 2 weeks. Let's just make that very clear.
The text is already sent. Yeah. I hate to do it to you, Xander. Offensive line assistant coach.
Yes,
Brooks.
Right now, what would my title be? What is that title for the guy that puts together the tapes of the team that you're playing? Gets the coffee. What is that title? Sort of like grad assistant is in college.
Yes,
it's what David Shaw was when he first started in the NFL. I got to get the title because that's the job that I'm going to interview for when I'm down there.
And that's how you go up through the ranks, man. You don't have a coach. I tell you what, man. I'm so pissed off. I turned that down when I was with the Ravens.
Right.
I turned it down, man. I should have took it. I should have took it and ran with it.
Yeah, I don't necessarily want to move up through the ranks, Barrett. I just want to stay there. Quality control.
There it is. Quality control. Yep.
Quality control coach. And I'll just stay there and live in Ponte Vedra and, be able to play golf.
Yeah, I mean, you can go to a couple of Florida games if you want to.
Sure.
We'll
go to the largest outdoor cocktail party. I still call it that. I don't care what the PC people say. That's what it is. And we can go there. We can go down to the swamp every once in a while. We'll have a good time, man.
Right. It'd be perfect, man. It'd be perfect, man. I know all you have to do is you'll be able to buy a house big enough that you could have just one, the garage for me. I'll just come down and sleep in the garage, man.
Right.
You ain't got to bring me in the house. I'll just sleep in the garage.
Right. But right. I would be a quality control guy that would want to be in on the draft, though. I want to have a say, as to the college talent. Like you and me be going over film of college players all year long.
Oh, you'd be sick of me, man, because I can sit down and watch film on college players all day.
All day.
Long.
Yeah.
And they be calling me like they call all day. I'd be all day number 2. You know what I mean? Adrian Peterson number 2 all day, man. I just watch all day.
Yeah.
But that's what it is, man. It's a perfect scenario for Jacksonville.
Mm-hmm.
He's a coach. He came into this system. He came into Philadelphia and implemented this system, and he was his first time. He was green, wet behind the ears.
Right.
And was able to get those players to believe in him, get those players to, go all out for him.
Right.
I mean, they were pissed. The players were pissed when they let him go. Pissed. The only person that wasn't pissed was Carson.
Right. Now, do you think, Doug P obviously wanted to get back in the league ever since he was probably, let go. But it was just like, I'm going to take a year to sort of, decompress here and sort of get a lay of the land. But do you think during that year, I would think he's making phone calls to guys saying, hey, man, if I land, what would you think about coming in and being my defensive coordinator or my linebackers coach, whatever it is? I would think he was probably trying to assemble a staff, once the day happens for the last 12 months.
I'm going to tell you, Harry. He didn't have to call them. Call them. They called him. Yes.
Okay.
There are people that called him. He's going to have a good staff, man.
Yeah.
I can almost guarantee that because he understands what a staff can do for him, and because he didn't have Carte Blanche to do it in the Eagles organization, I know that was a major sticking point for him.
Right.
A major sticking point. I get to pick my staff.
Mm-hmm.
I get to say who's going to be on my roster, who's not going to be on my roster.
Right.
Because that's totally handicapping you because you want to be in a room that you picked. You're going to spend so much time sitting in meetings, going over evaluations, going over game plans with people. You want to at least like them. You want to at least brought them in because you wanted them there, not because you had to like them because your owner or your GM wanted this person. Mm-hmm. You want those guys, and I guarantee he's not going to be meeting with Khan every Wednesday or Tuesday evening.
No, I don't think Khan would micromanage this guy.
No,
I really don't.
No.
But Khan's over in London most of the time anyway, I think.
Well,
maybe it's a Zoom call once a month or something, but I don't think he's going to be hands-on like that. I really don't. I hope not anyway, for Doug's sake.
Right.
Maybe that was part of the interview, the second interview. Now listen here, Shad. I'm not going to be dealing with a Tuesday morning micromanage meeting. Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, if it gets rough, understand that I'm trying to get it back on, get the rails back on the track.
Right. You hang out over in London and keep after that Fulham football team because they stink. All right. You should micromanage them. Get them back into the Premier League.
Right. Oh, they're out now too. Right?
Oh, they are back?
No, they're out. They're out.
Oh,
still.
yeah, because they get relegated like every couple of years, it seems.
Right.
But anyway, the stream is having a lot of fun with this. They say that I will be the first quality control person with an assistant, says Duck Nguyen. And you're my assistant.
No, hey, look at Kevin.
I don't know about that. I think Kevin I might Savard. Be your assistant.
No, I don't want that responsibility, but look at Kevin Savard. Harry organized the team golf tournaments.
That's right. Yeah, I definitely can do that. I've got some contacts down there. I got a great deal. In fact, at the World Golf Hall of Fame, man. Oh my God, did I get a deal there?
I'd have all the rookies working in the garage, man.
Yeah, you would. You would. And yeah. I'm putting a new engine in, man. I need some help.
Right.
Yeah. And then I got to keep track of the ice cream because Doug is a big ice cream fan. Did you see that video the other day that somebody put together they spliced together all these different video edits of Doug telling the players, and we got some ice cream for you. After the meeting, got some ice cream. He loves him some ice cream.
No question, man. You got to have your thing, man. You got to have your thing.
Right. Right.
Just like when I was with Ray Rhodes used to put moonshine in his snuff. You know what I mean? And
right.
That's what he used to chew.
Is that right?
So, yeah, with moonshine.
He put shine in his snuff?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Oh, here it is.
We'll watch this video and then I'll treat you to some ice cream. Let's check out this video and then again treat you to some ice cream. Man. We'll play this video and then I'll treat you to some ice cream. We got a little ice cream coming up before all melt. I know we got some ice cream that's melting, so we got to get out of here. Wish you guys the best of luck. Treat you to some vanilla ice cream here in a second. We got a little video right here. And then I'm going to treat you to some hopefully, you guys know that last week, Monday night or Sunday night? Who knew that? That's bull. We'll get over here and get some ice cream before it kind of. Nice job on the Haagen Dazs last week. And then again, I'll treat you to some ice cream. Got a great video for you. And then got some ice cream that's melting. That's some ice cream could be melted. But we got some ice cream for you here right after the video.
Well, I tell you what I'm bringing to the interview, Barrett. I'm bringing some freaking Haagen Dazs.
No question.
Okay.
No question.
Haagen Dazs and a box of Pro V1 X's. How do you? I think that might get me the gig. I really
get your spoon.
Yeah. Oh, that's awesome. Great job by Xander looking that up.
No question. That's speed, man. Right there. That's speed.
Yes, sir. Now, did you watch any of the All-Star game last night?
No.
That NFLPA All-Star game? I missed it. I actually flipped to it, saw a couple of plays. There wasn't a whole lot going on, and then I flipped back to the college basketball. I watched UCLA and Arizona last night.
Oh, get out!
Trying to get back into it.
Well, man, I didn't watch any TV yesterday. Period.
What?
No. I take that back. I was watching SportsCenter for a little bit, but I went in my garage, and since it was warm outside, it was like 54 degrees. Mm-hmm. It was like 45 degrees in my garage, and I plugged the heater up. Next thing you know, I'm in tropical garageness. I had a tropical garage, man. It's like 70 degrees in my garage, and I'm going through. I'm looking up stuff, that all the stuff that I have for my boat, and I'm ready to get my boat together. Saying I'm, dreaming processing things. Went out there and looked at it. Dodged the raindrops a little bit. Looked at my boat and saw, all right, I got this, and that, and I just realized I got too much shit to put on that boat. Way too much. I can't put it all on there. I ordered too much stuff over the past 3 months. Way too much. Got too many speakers to put in there. I'm gonna scare the fish away with the speakers sound unit I'm about to put in. Mm-hmm. I got too many rod holders.
Too many rod holders? Can you have too many of those?
Yes, man. Yeah. I counted it up, man. If I put them all on, I got 32 rods. I could put 32 rods in my boat. Wow. I can't put all of them on. I don't have enough room for it.
Jeez.
What else did I?
One for every NFL team in the league.
Right. Yeah. I bought these floors. It's like a corkboard floor. It's like the nice floors. I bought it. I bought double what I was supposed to have for that boat.
Wow.
Double. I don't need all that stuff, man. I just bought too much, man. It's a shame, bro. It's a shame. And
So what do you do with all those rods?
Put it back on eBay.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna put them back on eBay. Oh yeah,
I bet some of the people on the stream will probably buy them.
I know. I mean, I know my boy Joey B. He has a boat somewhere.
Yeah,
he probably has a canoe though.
Joey B. says Harry in Westwood, California, going to college. He'd still be attending. You're right about that, boss. I'll be going 3 credits at a time.
Bro, I literally had one of my fraternity brothers.
Mm-hmm.
He was a career student.
Yeah.
He was literally like 27 years old and still a sophomore.
Sophomore?
Yes.
What is he, Chris Wenke?
I don't know what he was doing.
Jesus.
He did take 2 years off, but still, if he took 2 years off, you graduate when you're about 21, 22. He took
I was almost 24. I graduated and a month or two later turned 24.
Bro, I graduated when I was 21 or a little. Well,
I prepped for a couple years at Shippensburg. That's what I tell people, because if you follow all these college basketball players, they're all prepping at all these schools.
Right.
Yeah, I prepped at Ship.
Oh, they got tired. They got tired of paying for me. Kansas State got tired of paying for me. They're like, yeah, you got to get out of here, bro. You got to get out.
Right.
So I had just turned. I was 20 years old, and then I graduated. Well, I was 20 years old, then I graduated and went to the league. So I didn't even get to walk, man.
Mm-hmm.
That sucked.
Oh, that stinks.
Yeah, I didn't even get to walk, man.
Down at the old Philadelphia Convention Center was where ours was, because the Liacouras Center was, not even in plans yet. So that the McGonigal Hall was too small to house the graduation, so they had to go down to the convention center. But what do we got? We got another one up in here. The AC Boat Show. Tone wants to know if you hang out there.
Yes.
You ever check that out?
Yes.
Yeah. Is it a good one?
Oh, it's always good, man. It's always good. I go up there. Like I said, my captain, he sells the marina. The owner of the marina sells like pontoons, seaworthy pontoons, and then he also sells contender boats and stuff like that. So I go up there and chill with him, most of the time. But I love going to the boat show. It just makes me work harder because I know I can't afford half the stuff in there.
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean? I can't afford it. It's definitely a luxury, like a
48-foot Bertram.
No, bro, it's gonna cost you every bit of 5 years worth of slavery for that, bro. Right. You'd be still paying the note, 20 years from now.
Well, how long do they finance? Do they allow you to finance a boat?
Well, same thing, 20. I mean, you can get one for 20 years.
Really?
15.
It's like a mortgage,
bro. It's every bit of a mortgage.
Wow.
And you had to put in the mortgage rate, since it's a boat.
Right.
No lower than like 10%.
Oh my goodness.
No matter how good your credit is, it's like 10% because it's a luxury. You know what I mean? It's crazy how much boats are, man. Crazy. So I mean, it just puts you right, brings you right down to earth, put things back in perspective that I got a lot more work to do, Harry. A lot more work.
Well, I'm looking here at Bertram. That's one of my favorite boats.
I saw one on Sportsman's Guide. Oh my goodness. They took an old one and redid it.
Yeah.
Beautiful. It's a 33-footer. Couldn't believe how they made it. The dude bought the boat for $55,000.
Right.
Then he put $199,000 into it.
All right, here we go. Here we got a Bertram 67 convertible. Guess how much this boat is?
How much?
This is my kind of boat. It's an 06, 72 feet, $1.5 million.
See, I can't do it, man. I hate to do it to you.
I know, I can't either. Saltwater fishing class.
Wow.
Dude, mint condition. Some guy in Greece owns it. You can buy it on Yacht World.
I told you, my captain, man, it's a Cabo, and this Cabo is worth like $250,000. He got it on a deal for like 115, because it's an older boat. It's like a 2010 or something like that. And he got it for like 115, 120 grand.
Right.
And I'm telling you what, man, I spend more time with, my boy Diesel down in that motor room, looking down there. I don't go down there. I just look down there.
Right. You don't go down into the engine room. Huh?
No. I barely go down to my engine room. In fact, I didn't have, like I said, my captain already told me, hey, look here, man, you got to clean this damn engine room out. this engine room because it's got diesel fuel down there, water's down there. I got to clean it out, man. That's another thing on my project list. I got to do to the boat, man. I got to clean the engine room. Ridiculous.
Now, what's Harry naming his boat is on the stream?
I already know it is.
What?
I hate to do it to you.
No, I might go Chun-Li. I might have to go Chun-Li. Boats and hose. We should get Xander to play that video.
Right.
Get kicked off of YouTube. But did you see? Because there's some other stuff, some other news, obviously, aside from the Doug Pederson stuff, football related. You got the owner of the Cleveland Browns saying that Hugh Jackson never accepted blame for losing. Did you see that? After he went 1-31 and said the owner was telling him to lose. Yeah, this is great. Hugh Jackson has never ever accepted any responsibility for our record during that time period, Haslam told the Knoxville News Sentinel. He's been masterful at pointing fingers, but has never accepted any blame. I have accepted a ton of blame, and rightfully so.
There you go. He's getting out in front of it.
Yes, he is. Oh, they all are. I'll tell you. I don't want this to go away. I really don't. I'm going to do my best to keep stoking the flames.
We got to heat it up, man.
That's right.
You got to heat it up, man.
Oh, and the other thing was, I saw
that'd be a great name for your boat.
What's that?
Chaos.
Yeah, chaos. Organized chaos. Right. Washington Commanders owner Dan Snyder. There was a congressional roundtable yesterday.
Yeah, I saw that. I read
in Washington.
Yeah, I read that.
That included a new allegation of workplace misconduct by a former team employee, Tiffany Johnston, who worked for the team for 8 years as a cheerleader and marketing manager, said that Snyder placed his hand on her thigh without her consent at a team dinner, and that he pushed her toward his limousine with his hand on her lower back. She had not previously disclosed these allegations to the media or investigators. How about that? I would love to see him get ejected into outer space.
Well, but when you read all of it, he definitely told him, look, I know that, we didn't have the cleanest ship in the world. We didn't do things the right way.
You don't say.
But these new allegations, he's saying these new allegations are unfounded. No,
right.
They're going to find them too.
Right.
There's still nothing that came from, the first.
Except Gruden.
He's not even a part of it.
He wasn't even a part of it. His brother was on the, the head coach of the team.
I don't understand that, man.
Yeah, I don't either.
Wow.
Could that be an off? No, that probably wouldn't work because it's Doug's offense. I was thinking Jay Gruden resurfacing Jacksonville with Doug.
Wow.
But it's his offense. He probably just going to get some like Al or Mike Groh type of dude.
I mean, Mike Groh wasn't that bad, man.
No,
he wasn't that bad. In fact, when he was a receiver coach, man, his receivers did the best, and then became the offensive coordinator. Groh wasn't that bad, man.
No,
Groh was actually a pretty good coach. They had some really good coaches on that staff. In all actuality,
is he anywhere right now? Mike Groh?
Yes, he is. I think he was with either the Colts or he was with the Bears.
Let's see, Mike Groh. He is currently with the wide receivers coach for the Colts.
Yeah, I knew he was somewhere.
So, so Reich took him in.
Well, that's because he's a pretty good coach, man. And you can see they're performing. Maybe we should think about something like that.
He actually interviewed in Carolina, I think, for the offensive coordinator position a couple weeks ago. Now they ended up hiring what's his name? The old Giants coach.
What's that?
Oh, the Giants coach with the goofy hair.
Who's that? Let me see.
The stream will know. Yeah, and Joe Brady got hired back in Buffalo.
So did Ken Dorsey.
Well, he's now the OC.
Yeah.
And Joe Brady's the quarterback's coach. Ben McAdoo is who I was thinking.
There you go.
He's the OC in Carolina.
And Kid Dorsey, man. I mean, I should have did the same thing, man. He was a quarterback. He just rolled it on out, bro.
Right.
Rolled it on out, man.
He was with Carolina.
Yep.
For a while. Yeah, he's been paying his dues. So they got a pretty good system up there in Buffalo. Like you lose Daboll, and they just seem to, reloaded with some pretty good names, right?
Of course, man. I mean, those guys they're loving it, man. Can you imagine being a wide receiver up there now? Diggs and those guys, they would love it.
I was watching Josh Allen yesterday. He was in the Pro-Am out at Pebble Beach playing golf.
He didn't go to the Pro Bowl, huh?
No. See, he's like me. I like him. He plays golf rather than going to the stupid Pro Bowl.
Well, Diggs and Deion Dawkins, they went.
Yeah, well, they don't have a golf game, I guess.
Well, that's what it is. Yeah, that's what it is right
there. Yeah, they're asking about Jonathan Gannon. Apparently, they still haven't done anything in Houston, but he is very much in play, it says, for the Texans head coaching position.
I don't understand that, man.
I know, man.
But,
crazy.
Because you haven't heard any word on it, I'm kind of in a space where he might go out there and be the coach, man. He might be that guy
in Houston.
Yep.
And what makes you say that? Like because you haven't heard anything, or
because you haven't heard anything. Just like you haven't heard anything from a lot of guys that I thought that were going to be contenders for that job. Like you do hear the quarterback a lot. That's Eagles quarterback a lot. What's his name? It's
between him and McCown.
Yeah, McCown. That's right, Josh McCown. Yeah. And I don't understand that because Josh McCown hasn't even coached in the NFL yet.
No, he's a high school coach, I think, right?
Yeah, yes. How is that? So that's what I'm saying. That's why I'm thinking it's going to be Gannon, because you can't make him a head coach when he doesn't have any NFL experience being a coach. At any level in the NFL did he coach?
Yeah, I mean, but you notice how that all started? Like when he was still a player, when he was here in Philadelphia, and I think even before he got here, guys in the media would just say he's going to make a great coach one day.
Right,
and all this stuff starts to it starts to build. And the next thing you know, the guy's actually being considered to be a head football coach in the NFL. And he hasn't even been a coordinator or a quarterback's coach or coached in college or anything. It's ridiculous.
It's weird because he just retired a year ago.
Right.
And when he was down with the Texans, they wanted to make him a coach then.
Now, do you know Benjamin Albright on Twitter at Albright NFL says Doug Pederson will need 3 wins to move into 5th place on the Jaguars all-time wins list.
Touche. That was great, bro.
Oh my God. That's funny. That is pretty funny.
That's amazing.
Puts things into perspective. That franchise has not had a whole lot of success. I mean, they had a couple years with Coughlin where they were pretty good when they first got started. And then they had the year they went to the AFC Championship game, 4 or 5 years ago, with Doug Marrone, I think was the head coach, right?
Yep.
Outside of that, man, they've been abysmal. I mean, it's like a laughing stock. I
don't understand how teams stay as bad as they are for so long.
I don't either.
Because when you're bad, you get all the first-round picks.
Mm-hmm.
And then all of a sudden, I mean, you get all the top-notch players that are in the draft, and you're still bad and you stay bad.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Cincinnati are now good because all their first round, all their draft picks are starting to play for them. Mixon and all those guys. So that's tough, man. That's tough.
Now, Ash on the stream says McMullen has a man crush on Jonathan Gannon and McCown. I know he has one on Gannon. He's a big Gannon fan.
I don't understand that. Why?
Well, I think Gannon and he talk. I think Gannon's one of the guys that'll, on the staff that entertains him and gives him some information from time to time and talks football with him. So I get it. He also got along well with Doug.
Well, he understands the plight that these coaches are going through. He understands the suffering from being in this market. So, man, come on, man.
What do you mean?
he doesn't. You can't say that Gannon should be. I can't say that because I don't think that he'll be a good head coach because I think you have to be aggressive.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think he's aggressive enough. I don't.
Well, do you think that's him, or do you think it was mostly due to the talent level on the team? I would like to see him another year as the defensive coordinator with 2 or 3 first-round draft picks on that side of the ball and see what he does.
No, he had enough.
You think so?
Yes.
You've seen it enough.
He could have put those guys in a lot better position. When he did put those guys in position to make plays, the defense was better. But when he called a soft game, the players played soft.
So you've seen it enough. You think that's who he is?
Had enough of him. Yes, I think that is what he is.
Okay. Now, did you see this?
What's that?
Apparently, there was a fight out in the parking lot before or just when the Rams-Niners game started between some fans. And a 49er fan got punched in the face and is in a coma.
What?
Yeah.
No, I didn't see
a medically induced coma because there was internal bleeding. So they put him into the medically induced coma to relieve pressure, I guess, so he wouldn't have bleeding in his brain.
Mm-hmm.
He was a 40-year-old guy named Daniel Luna. He's hospitalized after a fight while police are looking for the attacker. They've got some blurry video and a license plate of a car, and they're going after this person. This dude owns a restaurant in Oakland, and he's a Niner fan. And he was mingling in a crowd of about 16 people outside SoFi Stadium. Most of them were wearing Niners gear when he pushed a man wearing a Rams jersey from behind. And when Luna turned to walk away, the Rams fan came back and pushed him in the back. And as he turned around, the Rams fan punched him right in the mouth, causing Luna to fall to the ground and hit the back of his head. And that's what did the damage.
Wow.
And he was found bleeding in the parking lot about a half hour into the game. So the game had just started. And now he's in a medically induced coma. So this appears on ESPN.com.
Well, he wrote a check his ass couldn't cash.
Yeah, I guess so.
You don't put your hands on somebody unless you're ready to accept the consequences of what might happen to you, man.
Right. I hear you.
I mean, I'm seriously, man. My pops used to tell me all the time, in order to kill, you have to also be willing to die.
Wow, and there's a quote.
Right. I mean,
dude,
he meant that too, bro. He meant that.
Yeah.
So I don't understand, he shouldn't have put his hands on somebody, man. So I mean, what are the police going to do?
I don't know. I mean, who knows?
If he initiated it.
In New York City, they'd do nothing.
No.
Philadelphia, they might not be able to do anything because even if they did, then the DA would just let him out. All right.
They might have lifted him up, brushed him off a little bit,
yeah.
Gave him a paper towel for the blood, but that was it, man.
Right.
That was it.
All right, we'll take a timeout. We got Michael Bradley coming up at noon, Barrett. Daily Ombre is going to join us.
I can't wait.
We have a lot to talk about with him.
Yeah, I want to talk to him about this Harbaugh stuff, man.
Well, yeah, I think he's holding a party today, a welcome back Harbs party at his house for he and his Michigan brethren. But we'll talk to him about all kinds of stuff. Football, we might even get a little college basketball question in because it's that time of the year. You got to start paying attention to it a little bit.
Yes,
we'll be back in 3.